So, here we are again. You know, I thought the videos that I did the last time was going to be the last time. But I kept thinking about the principles that I talked about. And I know they're very philosophical, and I know to some degree I'm going to be somewhat redundant maybe in talking about these things, but they've made such a big difference in my life. And I've seen them make a difference in other people's lives many times in the classes that we've taught. So I decided we're going to add a bunch of videos to the site to try and explain these things a little bit more in depth and kind of take a step-by-step approach to explaining the principles, both spiritual and mechanical or clinical, let's say, underlying all the things that we've talked about on the website. It takes a little bit of involvement to really understand these things and to get going on them, and it's something that over a long period of years I've been involved with. I put in a link in one of the pages that take you to the Kybalion, and that's essentially what we're going to be talking about, the universal laws of the Kybalion. And they really are that. They are universal laws. They are the things that govern all the principles of mediumship and being psychic and healing that we've talked about on the website. And it's best to try and explain them in a rational, step-by-step approach to make sure not only that you understand, but that you can implement these principles in your daily life. Again, I have seen it make a big difference to people over the years. And I think it will lead you to other things. If you understand some of the principles like vibration and cause and effect and polarity, you will begin to understand how these things work and how they guide and direct the activity that we follow on a day-to-day basis. Never mind the psychic and the spiritual and the mediumistic things, but just the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. This is what I try and get across to people. When you see something like this, you kind of look at it and you say, well, here's something new. And you're either going to say one of two things. You're going to say, well, gee, this is exciting and I'm going to follow up on this because it really interests me. Or this is a bunch of baloney. But it's going to strike you as being a new thing. And here's what you have to understand. You are using these principles now, okay? You're just not aware of them. You are actively pursuing the mechanics and the spiritual path that we'll be talking about, but you are doing it, okay? It is not something new. It's just that you're not aware of it. And that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and make you aware of it. All of this information, I don't know, I guess it could in some way, shape, or form fall into the occult, you might say, or arcane knowledge, one of the two. It's kind of interesting that the true meaning of occult is not what everybody wants to put on it, like some strange and supernatural, mystical type of thing. The word occult can be easily defined as hidden. And not hidden like it's some great big secret, but hidden in the sense that the relative explanation, the relative truth of it is not readily apparent. You have to dig into it. You have to study it and to understand it at a deeper level. The definition, the translation, and the meaning is not readily apparent right on the surface. So that's all occult means. So that's what we're going to do in a series of videos. We are going to delve into this and we are going to study. I hope you're going to study. I've already done it. We are going to try and explain how these principles works, how you can put them to use, and how you can have them affect your daily life. I hope they're beneficial to you. The one thing that's different in what I'm going to do and the information that you're going to find in the Kybalion. The Kybalion wants you to become a student. It says at the beginning, unless you become a student, this is going to be words to you. So it talks about 7 principles, but it never tells you how one affects the other, or how one interacts with the other, or even if they do interact with the other. Okay? It leaves it to you to establish, to study, and to develop an understanding of how that interaction between the principles takes place. I'm going to try and take some of that burden away from you and help you understand and help you move on and to get a little bit further into who you are, and what this world, this reality, whether it's this level or any other level, is all about, and why we're all here. Hope you enjoy them. Hope they're of benefit to you. Thank you, and enjoy the trip.